You are listening to the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And now, LuchaCentral.com presents Masks, Mats, and Mayhem.
I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to another edition of Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. I'm your host, Justin Outlaw Harvey. You can find me on social media at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on social media at MMMshow75. Oh, man, I didn't turn on the... See, I was using this software to do some other things. Hi, Meefloaf.
Hello.
It's the middle of the night for Meefloaf. Are you in your jammy jams?
I'm in the pitch dark.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
We'll see that.
Can you say that again? Pitch.
All you people will have to suffer without Meefloaf's beautiful face tonight. Yeah, I forgot to turn on the extra lower third thing because I was using this program for something else the other day, and also the lower thirds are black right now. But
Nothing wrong.
Byron's lower third never works.
yeah, there's supposed to be that,
What?
and there's supposed to be.
Oh,
this.
we don't have social media. What the
There's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now I got it right.
Meefloaf, where's yours? You
Meef
look like
has
an
no-
idiot.
I'm pretty sure it's at Meefloaf. So
It's at Meefloaf
On
on
my
everything.
phone, so
Not to be confused. Hey, you know what, guys? Guess what? It's a
What?
new year, and you know what New Year's mean?
shit wrestling.
It, and this is why
Wow.
we keep Meefloaf around, guys, because
wow.
that is also true. But that was not the point I was making. I know we said we were gonna like do a new intro and change some other things. We're working on it. We'll get
Did
there.
we say that?
I mean, yeah, we might have mentioned it, but the important things do come through, right, Byron? We got a
Yes,
sponsor, guys.
100%. Oh,
We got a
yeah.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh
And we'll
my
talk
God.
about them in a little bit. But new things for the new year. You'll see lots of new changes and some new faces. I think we're going to bring Bear back too. That was he did one of the watch
We're
alongs.
going to do what?
I think we're going to bring Bear back. Should we bring Bear back,
Oh.
Brian?
Barebacking.
Bear back?
Byron likes
Yeah,
better.
Bear's cool.
You like Bear back?
Do you, Byron?
I worked with Bear, and I enjoyed
Yeah.
his company, and it would be nice to have him back on the show. How come he's not on the show now? Did you not think you should invite him for this one?
I didn't know how much space your head would occupy on the screen, so I'm doing some measurements on this episode, and then we'll figure out where to work him in. But we might do some extra shows too. We've been talking to Tony and I have been yapping about maybe programming some extra hours. So if you're interested in seeing that, people, let us know. Who we got in the comments over there? We got Goatsy. What's cracking, Goatsy? We've got my man Brezent. Everybody go pick up a copy of Brent's book, Chasing Thunder. It's available now.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Agreed.
you read it, right, Tony?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I had a. I think I think I went to some of the earlier versions of it. So yeah.
All right. And let's see who else we got here. That's Brenna Thomas, 9368. What's the 9368 stand for? 1993 to 1968. Well, interesting. We got this guy in the chat. No
Don't
idea
know
why
why
he's the guy. Big
Wanna know?
surprise. Big surprise.
I was replying to Brenna Thomas, 438678.
What are we doing? We're doing a show about wrestling. So
Oh,
Awesome.
I want to get
This
to
is what it is about.
the Ohm Face question of the week.
Oh
The
God.
Ohm
Yes.
Face question of the week. It's pronounced Ohm. There, I know that's the H is silent. Ohm.
Face.
oh,
Oh.
face.
And we'll talk more about this in a minute. But the Ohm Face question of the week is Bandito a bona fide top guy now or not? Is he a top guy? I mean, let's look at what happened tonight a little bit. Bandito's in a match with MJF, who is
Well,
definitely
for
a top
me,
guy.
he's still on the match. So
He did not win said aforementioned match.
Tony
Oh,
just
fuck,
said he's still
really?
watching.
Sorry.
Seriously?
Spoilers. I mean,
I think everybody knows that
the
result.
show just went off the air and everybody
You
wants
just
to
said-
think about it. So I'm sorry, Tony.
Yeah,
I told him to keep
I
watching while I
called
did
it
the intro.
last week.
Anyway.
I knew it. Come on.
Look, so Bandito's in this match. Is Bandito a top guy? We got to figure this out because he went in there. He lost to MJF. Wasn't really expecting MJF to lose this quickly. So that's not really a surprise. MJF puts him over and then is like, yeah, you're a future champion, dude. So I've got to beat you down. Is that enough to crown Bandito as a bona fide top guy? He's the Ring of Honor champion. So this was a champion versus champion kind of match, but it was only for MJF's belt. So how are we feeling right now about the state of Bandito? Have they done enough elevating him with the tag team, with Brody, with this match with MJF? Is it going to stick? Is he going to stay in this top tier, or is he going to fade away from this? Is he going to be forgotten goods 3 months from now?
If MJF is Floyd Mayweather, then Bandito is Canelo. He took the fight early.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That was great.
That's
Thank you,
some
Meef.
deep
You can
insight.
take the rest of the day off. That was
Great.
so good.
And to the point, Byron, you see what he did there? Like, he made a point. He got in, he got
Yeah.
out. It was good.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have another
I do
point,
that
which
too.
was when Byron had the brick background. It was like, oh, look, another prick in the wall.
What does that mean?
He changed the B for a P. Anyways.
It's like British rhyming.
No one
slang.
gets it. That doesn't
Byron.
make sense. It doesn't even rhyme. I think the Bandito question is two-pronged because I think he has gotten himself over as delivering. I think as far as booking goes, you need him to get consistent wins. No one expected him to win. They did cool near falls. But suppose he was going to fight Hangman or Swerve next week in a singles. Would he win? Would you expect him to win? I think that's when he starts to get, when you expect him to win, that's when it would really sink in. There's also the TK booking factor where people come and go. So,
But sometimes he comes around on a guy. Like we were saying this stuff
Bandito's
about
his
Orange
guy, yeah, for
Cassidy at one point in time, and then he had that international title run that was epic, where then all of a sudden you stop thinking of Orange as a jobber or a guy, enhancement talent or whatever. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, Orange is always going to win. You started thinking the opposite about him. And now, Mark Briscoe's getting a little bit of that rub too. Mark Briscoe, lost 80% of his matches. And then all of a sudden now he's a champion. He's on a really good run. He's having kind of that turn. I could see that happening with Bandito too, but it's got to be with the big boy belt. I don't know, Tony, what do you think?
Well, and this comes from, personal investment, but I think he already is established. He already has all the belts except for the big one. I mean, he has the ROH belt, right? So I know it has been diminished by lack of TV contracts. However, it is a very prestigious. He has been alive for
the
longer.
belt is fine. He's just not defending it on Dynamite. If they let him defend it on Dynamite, I think the prestige would go up even more. There's too many belts on Dynamite.
There's just too many belts. But I don't think that. I mean, so the perception would have been different if he had beaten MJF on MJF's first. What was his first defense? Is that it?
I think so. Yeah.
Is this it? So would it be different? Like, oh, he got the belt on. I don't know what it's called, Maximum Carnage. Isn't that a Marvel Comics trademark? Anyways, is he a top contender? I don't think he's a world champion by ROH, so I don't think he's a contender. Do we want to see him as a world champion from AEW? Absolutely, but I think he is Orange level. I mean, we like Orange Cassidy level. I think he's beyond that. I think Orange Cassidy needs to get onto my boy's level. He has been on TV for the last 7 months. He's been on TV either as a champion, wrestling for a championship, or being a champion. So I think he's already above the average jobber. I don't know. This, what do you call him? Jobber.
Well, I mean, he's definitely not enhancement talent at all.
Enhancement
He's not even
talent.
close to
No.
that. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's-
he
that's
is the ROH champ. He's
diminishing
the
his
top.
category a lot. So
He's headlining pay-per-views for ROH. You know, that what was it, Takeshita match or whatever? That was ridiculous. You know, and he's certainly top of the mid card when he was tag team champs with Brody. They were the very top of the mid card. They were co-main level as tag champs for sure, and maybe main event on a regular TV or a Collision. And then now the real question is he taking that last 10% step into the upper echelon with Swerve and Hangman and MJF and those level guys? Is he up there yet? Could we see Samoa Joe versus Bandito next week and expect Bandito to win?
I think
where's he at?
that if he can have a sustained period with minus his injuries, that's the thing. A couple of years ago, I mean, we're talking actually pre-COVID, so 2020. Bandito was probably one of the hottest talents in the entire world. I mean, obviously still is because he's a fantastic wrestler. But I'm just wondering if his little getting injured, coming back, getting injured within a couple of weeks thing has slowed his progress, or maybe not say trust because he's fantastic, but just that thing of, I think if he gets really clear of injuries, no niggly little injuries or any foot time out, I think then they'll be able to put him into, because you don't want to put your belt on Seth Rollins every time.
Right.
Wow,
I get it. I mean, and that's a little, it's funny that you say that too, Meef, because I was looking at the match with Pac and how that match ended, and it was just like, I don't know if it was a work or not, or like the match seemed like it went the way it was supposed to at the end, but I mean, those guys were pretty brutal. And then all of a sudden I see the Doc in the ring and I'm like, oh man, is Pac actually hurt again? Like, it's a pretty believable finish with how many times he's been in and out too. Like, I mean, some of that stuff was pandemic stuff and some of it was injuries and this, that, and the other thing. But it's just like, oh man, Pac just can't catch a break if he's actually injured. I don't know what's going on there, but
I mean, it would make sense to me. They brought the doctor out if they did the Pillman spot. That's supposed to break an ankle, put someone on injured. So that would make sense to me. If it would upset me if they didn't have a doctor come out. That
only makes sense to me though if they're actually going to send Pac home for a few weeks. If they're playing it as part of the Death Rider story or something, and he's going to disappear, or there's some purpose to it. Like, or maybe he's got some other engagements. Maybe they can't fly him back over for a while. Maybe Cochet's saving money on the transatlantic flights. I don't know what the deal is, but if he pops up on TV again next week, I'm going to be like, dude, why are we bringing out the doctor to end segments? If it's not legit and it's not a story, that will piss me off. So hopefully that's not the case.
Just to finish with the idea of Bandito. Also, let's remember at this point now, he took the belt from Jericho, and that will solidify him forever as becoming a champion after the guy that's like El Ocho or whatever, the 9 or I don't even know what his number is on. So he is already up there. They trust him. But I will want him to be, and sorry, I'm so low energy. I just realized that. I'm super sick. So I'm coming back from the dead right now. I think that he needs to get, separated from Brody King. And unfortunately, that usually means somebody turns. So I don't know what's the name of it.
But that's what I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to Bandito versus Brody. That'd be great. But is it going to be a heel Bandito that does it?
I don't think so. No, I think you have to turn.
I don't know. Actually, Brody's spent a lot of time as a heel already, and the face thing's going pretty good for him right now.
I think you could go face versus face with those guys.
They could just part ways. This is the best thing for your career. Blah blah blah. Right off into the sunset.
I'll take that as long as we allow Bandito to continue being on the spotlight. And yes, like he needs to get a couple of wins against top guys. You know what? Get a couple of wins against a couple, ex-champions. So it's just like
I'll tell you what, though, when you're talking about back office safety, he should probably stick with Brody in some fashion because it's not hurting his push. It's not hurting the politics. It's not hurting the optics to the marketing people. Like, Brody is tracking really well right now and moving product. So maybe leaving those two guys standing next to each other for a while is smart.
I don't need to see him coming out every time he wins or loses. I don't know. That's the thing. You know what? Come out when he wins. Don't come out when he loses. I don't know. I think that's a thing.
If it's keeping him on TV in main events, I'll take it either way, personally. Bandito's wrestling phenomenally, and I think it's worth keeping him exactly where he is. Damn it. Couple of things we want to talk about. First thing I got to plug tonight is this Masked Mania thing. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, but I'm going to show you guys the ad. And man, these guys are doing it. And we're going to talk about it in just a second.
Masked Mania's 2026 tour of Lucha Libre Mexicana kicks off with live events in Laredo, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Loveland, Colorado, and Denver, Colorado. Hosted by the legend Vampiro. Featuring a double main event. It's Family Wars, the original La Parka. L.A. Park and his sons battle Pirata Morgan and his sons. And the Legends of Lucha Libre Championship is on the line. As champion Tini Blas Jr. with a Luche. Defensed against El Rudo Americano Sam Adonis. Plus many more, including Hijo de Rey Mysterio, Legado Bella, and many luchador superstars in action. All tickets include a free pre-show meet and greet with select luchadors, and VIP packages are available. It all kicks off this January in Texas. Tickets are on sale now. Visit maskedmania.com for details.
So look, these dudes are selling tickets to this thing. Our boy Kleinrock and Ruben and everybody working for Masked Mania is doing the thing. They added 2 more shows, and get this, Enid, Oklahoma, which makes sense because they got some shows in Texas, coming out of Texas and Colorado, but then they got a show in Bangor, Maine on June 13th. Come on, we're planning into the summer now, and they're going to announce even more dates. Like, this thing is not stopping. I don't think the Piratas are going to be on the other cards. They're on the first 4, but man, if you are in any of those areas, you got Laredo, Texas on January 24th, San Antonio on January 25th, Loveland, Colorado on January 31st, Denver on February 1st, which is the tickets are going like gangbusters out there. So if you want to go to the Denver show, get your tickets now. Frisco, Texas, then Enid, Oklahoma, Bangor, Maine. They're moving. Anyway, check it out. It's going to be a fun event, and they're rolling, man. I think this might continue to be a thing. I mean, they might turn this into a full-on promotion if they keep going like this. It was going to be just a couple of things, and then now they're booking these luchadors that aren't tied up with CMLL or AAA, and they're rolling with these guys, man. They're out there making money. So congrats to those dudes, and I hope you guys get out to see it. Brent wishes you, brother, you so wish you lived in Texas right now. If you're getting anything in Pittsburgh like what we're getting over here in Cleveland, man, it was a beautiful day when I woke up, and then like I went to pick up my car and with my son and my daughter earlier, and all of a sudden it's like a blizzard again. It was like 50 degrees this morning, and now it's like 20 degrees and like 5 inches of snow outside. F the Northeast. And oh, hey, there's Rebecca. She says she hopes you get better soon, Tony.
Okay.
And our friend CK over here is really into heel Bandito.
It's been a week. I need to get better.
I could see the heel Bandito thing. All right. We got to talk about this week's big topic. I don't know if we answered this week's home face question of the week. Home face. But clap, 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 clap deep in the heart of Texas.
Well, you know what they're getting in Pittsburgh?
Hold on, I like this one. Mini Jim, is that what that
Booty
is?
Warrior.
Mini Jim.
It's Jim Velasco. Páginas.
The big topic this week, is whether do be sucking.
You know what they're getting in Pittsburgh? You know what they're getting in Pittsburgh? A new coach.
Hey, you know what we're getting in Cleveland? A new coach.
Well, you might be getting a very fun coach for what I sent you earlier today. So it's gonna be a party in Cleveland again.
As long as we don't get Coach Prime, because that would be ridiculous. Anyway, the big topic this week, I think it's got to be Drew McIntyre. That was we talked about it last week. That WWE was changing like all the belts again and doing this big reset, and they did this thing the same last year, right around the same time, and they did this big reset going into Mania season. And we talked about how does that, make the football season time of the year mean nothing or less or whatever with them doing these hot shotting things every winter now or not. But I was not expecting this one. Hey, Mike Tomlin, look, how much I hate the Steelers, right, Brent? But Mike Tomlin, he was good, people. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope he gets somewhere.
I hope he lands somewhere. I don't know if I want to see him in Cleveland just because of the Steelers Browns thing, but at the same time, like I don't even hope he lands in the NFL. Like I hope he buys a team. Like I'd like to see him as a team owner. Anyway, Drew McIntyre, I think, is absolutely the right champion for WWE right now. And you want to know why I think that? Because it doesn't matter. This is the time of year that WWE can sell WWE based on the name WWE. And as long as it helps them get to whatever match they need to get to for Royal Rumble and for WrestleMania, it kind of doesn't matter. This might be, honestly, the one time of year you can take the belt off of Cody Rhodes. You don't need Cody Rhodes or any superstar really to sell the tickets for these next 2 or 3 events. You don't need them to sell the TV stuff. You don't need to have a big name champion, and Drew deserves a chance. And the funny thing about saying this for me is I'm not really into Drew. I'm not. He's just one of these guys. Like I don't dislike him, but I don't like. He didn't move me very much in the CM Punk thing, even though he was doing the best work of his career. Like I appreciated the work. I'm not like some super hater. I'm just saying like Drew is not the guy that speaks to me. I've had this issue with Hangman a little bit in the past too. I don't have like some big hate for Hangman. He's not Sting or anything, but a lot of times I see Hangman segments and it just doesn't do much for me. Drew's the same way. Drew's a guy that like when I'm not watching wrestling, I'm never thinking about Drew McIntyre when I think about wrestling. Like other people will pop into my head. Darby Allin I'll think about because he does crazy stuff and I think he's got a cool gimmick. I'll think about Cody Rhodes. I'll whoa in my house or whatever. Like, I'll tell you who I really wished had been in that spot that Drew's in. Damian Priest. I really would have loved to have seen Damian Priest get another shot now over on SmackDown. I feel like ever since he's moved to SmackDown, somehow that just turned him into damaged goods. I don't know, like he wasn't good enough to hang with Rhea or something. I don't know why they split them up. It seemed ill-advised to me. But he left. And I think that he could have been in that spot too. But this is, in my opinion, the time for a champion that doesn't put asses in seats. And Drew does deserve the chance right now. But is he the guy that we think can carry WWE into Mania season?
Did you see that thing I sent earlier on, which was basically saying how it's Drew McIntyre's won it, so he can basically lose it to I can't remember who they're going to lose it to. Oh God! And it all ends up with Sami Zayn winning the belt.
Yeah,
I can see that. I mean, it's also a good way to elevate Jacob Fatu for one of these. I think they'll elevate Jacob Fatu in one of these pay-per-views leading up to Mania so that he can get a big Mania match, but it won't be a title match. I think they want to just get Jacob into a place where he can be a top match for Mania.
But like Jacob being involved in helping Drew?
When he
was involved in screwing Cody over inadvertently, and he was there laying hands on Drew in the process.
He ends up attacking Cody, doesn't he, though? Does he?
Yeah, he beat both of them up.
Priest wasn't a bad champ for a Yankees fan. I don't know. Yeah. Any Yankees fan is kind of... I didn't know he was a Yankees fan. That kind of changed my opinion now, Rebecca.
to me, what makes Drew a good champ right now and interesting is that I think that he shouldn't be champ. I mean, I think he's earned it and all that stuff. That's not what I mean by that, but I just mean someone's going to beat him. Someone's going to beat him relatively soon. So that makes everything he does interesting. I feel Jacob Fatu should be champ. That's the guy, especially after the finish of that match. He's the one who looked like this guy should get a run on top. But I also felt like the finish of the match was really dumb, and it made Drew look like an idiot, and he didn't get any like heel heat off of it. You know, like I thought.
Look, but here's the thing, man. Cody is a genuine top guy now, and apparently they worked this whole thing out. This was their big idea together. And if you're Drew McIntyre and Cody is coming in and pitching ideas for dropping the belt, you know what your job is? Yes.
You say yes.
It's sure thing.
That sounds great, Cody.
Sure thing, Mr. Roadster, sir. Whatever you want.
You always come up with these great ideas, man.
I know,
How you do it?
Can get his heat next week, man. Who cares? Give me the big shiny thing, and then we'll talk about my heat.
No, I'm not blaming Drew for that. I just think if you're trying to come up with a finish that does something, one, that's confusing because Fatu beat both of them up. Two, where's the heat go? Drew just became champ, but someone else is getting heat at the end of the match. So it's just weird, a weird thing to do intentionally.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Drew drop before Mania, and then Drew and Fatu have a WrestleMania match. That's like just a blood feud because of all this stuff.
Okay, so on Drew winning the championship, I have two maybe conflictive, but maybe I don't know, maybe complementary ideas. One is they are just compensating him for winning with no people, right? Was that what happened in and then two, hey, we already had this plan, but then the world ended in the pandemic, and we gave him the belt, and there was no one to cheer or anything like that. Because if I recall properly, at the time, people were saying, oh no, he should be a champion where people can, be there for him and back him up. So it's either we owe him or we're trying this again because we know he's worth it. Now, I don't know. I think it falls somewhere in between that. However, is he transitional? Yes. I think we are. I think to Meefloaf's point, I think it was that we eventually get Roman Reigns to be the champion. Like it goes.
That was it.
They go to Riyadh. Is that the name of the place?
Yes, Sammy gets the belt in Riyadh.
Yes.
And
then Jacob gets it at the next pay-per-view, and then we have Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So, and again, to what we were saying the other day, they apparently like to move belts around this time around. So I don't know. We might have 4 champions from here until like
I mean, Punk basically started it all when Punk got the belt that Seth left behind. Then there's just been this avalanche of belt changes. I mean, you got new women's tag champs, you got new tag champs, you got new both of the 2 lower women's belts changed.
Hale lost a belt.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's okay. I think we ran with the super long ass Roman Reigns championship reign, and now we can just I mean, this happens, especially like featherweights and stuff like that. If we're gonna compare it to some kid 17 years old beats the 18-year-old, another one comes out, beats him in the next. So it's just but
it's got the Alien 3 effect to me a little bit of like we spent the whole movie saving Newt for her to just be dead at the start of the next movie. Like we spent all fall
rap.
investing in these champs or whatever, and these people that they're trying to get over, and literally all of them have given up their belts. All of them. It's a lot of belt changes, man. It's a lot. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't mind the surprise of belt changes. I don't mind a little bit of hot shotting, but we're talking what, 7 or 8 different titles have, maybe even more if you count NXT.
I don't think they're gonna do every belt again. I'm just saying this particular one might go to a transitional phase where we have a lot of champions until WrestleMania.
Well, and again, I do believe what I said earlier, which is, yeah, if you're gonna do some dumb crap like this, now is probably the time to do it, because literally the names Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, you know, with Elimination Chamber thrown in between, they sell tickets. And last year, Elimination Chamber was falling a little flat. So, hey, let's turn John Cena and bring out The Rock. Like, they found a way to make these events the larger than life events of the year.
They've somehow managed to find people to buy the tickets.
Survivor Series. We all know it's Rumble and Mania. That is the big time of the year. They're not competing with football anymore. You know, you're not going to send Maxine into Mania season with the title. You're going to put it back on Becky Lynch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get these things. I get it. But at the same time, like, Drew's got some work to do. His promos have been good, but let's see what he can do to keep the hype on the belt through the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber and all the way into Mania.
Does he hold it for like another 2 weeks? Because he just had a hometown run with it. He went to wherever he's from, and he got to have the belt. And he's
Velasco.
like, I promised you I
Velasco,
would.
really?
And then I did.
You, Byron?
What?
You don't know?
Do I need to pay that much attention to Drew McIntyre? No. He got he got what he needed to get. He showed the belt that he earned in front of his hometown. By the way, I got to meet
his brother, and he's pretty cool. They're all pretty cool people. So
yeah,
the McIntyres
for WWE's purposes, that's probably the best thing. Like, I think it's cool they put the belt on him for that show, but they can do something else interesting and pop a rating on Netflix next week.
My thing that I obviously wasn't here for the conversation last week. At the minute, it just seems like they're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping something sticks.
Well, yes.
You know when Meef switches the tone of his voice right there? Here's the thing. And then he switches it and he goes, it's all shit. Like, you know it's coming. It's so good.
It's a bait and switch. I love it.
But I mean, it's okay, because I guess, I mean, we kind of are forgetting that they just got all these new contracts and ESPNs, and apparently there's a lot of non-happy people around there. So maybe they're just trying to figure out who they want, and I mean who as in plural is plural, who's anyways, who are going to be the next top star. So yes, let's put the belt on everybody. Okay. You know what? Monday Night Raw, another set of new champions. 7 championships are gonna change, and they need to figure out who can carry, who is not, who people cheer. I'm pretty sure they got like metrics of the yin yang. I mean, they probably oh, that was 1 second earlier. We should have put the pyro before. All this stuff.
The thing is they think they're making a Jackson Pollock, but at the minute it's almost like when you add too much paint together and you get the tertiary color, which is brown
poop.
Yeah,
it just looks like poop.
Also, Jackson Pollock stole from Mexican artists, so let's not get there. Anyways,
it's not the first time.
Is that confirmed?
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll see. I think it's I think it's a TBD, but I'll tell you what. SmackDown is one of my least favorite wrestling shows of the week, and that made it a little more interesting. Though, how many hours does SmackDown have to be now? Does it have to be 3 hours? Like, we started off hot. I like the trick thing. I like the face off with Randy, And holy crap, I never really realized how big Trick is, but I know how big Randy is. And you stand and Trick Williams next to Randy, and they sized up. I was just like, this is a feud I didn't know I needed, but I'm here for it. And it was like the first time in a while where I was like, okay, SmackDown's giving me something. I still think they're doing a garbage job with the women, with the ladies. I felt like, oh my God, we have MFTs versus the Wyatt Six. That should be a thing. That should have felt like more than it did to me.
Anything to do with the Wyatt Six never feels like anything.
I mean, the walkout felt great, but even the music is shortened now. It's like we can't even get the big dramatic intro with the fireflies and all the Bray pop. Like, I don't know. It's something about that whole feud felt shortchanged, and I like almost all those people involved. Like,
but then everybody in it is there a standout talent? They're all good workers, blah blah blah. But like,
yeah. I mean, maybe the problem to me is the fact that you've got Bo Dallas leading on one side and Solo Sikoa leading on the other. Honestly, I'm more interested in all of the other ancillary players than those two guys at this point. And I'm not saying that they're damaged goods, but like, I don't know if they're the mouthpieces for either group that I want to see. And I think maybe that's part of the problem is we're not carrying enough story here. And Solo's a decent talker. Don't get me wrong. Like, Solo can cut a promo. I just don't know.
Everybody's more interested in his comedy bits that he's doing now.
Yeah, I know. It's just not something about it's not clicking for me. Anyway, I just hope, Trick I thought was a good addition. I think bringing some of these other people up, we'll see where Oba lands and some of the other stuff. But yeah, that's what it is, Rebecca. Trying to make Solo a standout when he just kind of fades into the background. We'll see. All right. I'm going to talk about the good news. I'm going to talk about the good stuff. You guys know what this is? You guys don't know, but Meefloaf, even in England, I think you've got one of these on the way.
I have one on the way. I've got the notification.
Get one of these down to Mexico. Did you get a tracking number? I hope
I did get a tracking number. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Byron, have you used this yet?
I have used that. It is wonderful. I'm going to use it tonight after the show. I'm going to wash my face, throw that thing on. It's awesome.
Okay, so what this is the Om Face Hydrogel Face Mask. This is we're doing a sponsorship with these guys, and I'll tell you straight up the reason why. I use their products. Byron uses their products. My son had just walked through. He uses their products. This is not a BS read. I'm going to read their copy. I'm going to tell you about the product that they want to feature, but I'm using like their toner. I'm using their hydration stuff. Like if you're wondering like why I'm the oldest dude on the show and sometimes I look like the youngest dude, it's because I dye my beard and I use the Om Face stuff with a silent H. Don't forget it. So anyway, Home Face offers the best in class skin, hair, body, and body care solutions for men powered by K Beauty technology. HF products are 100% vegan, people. Leaping Bunny certified, which means cruelty free. We're not like injecting little bunny rabbits and stuff like that. And crafted with clean, skin friendly ingredients for a limited time. You can use our code. That's right. Our code, people. We have a code. Aren't you proud of us? We have our own code. MMM15. That's MMM15. You know why it's 15 and not a 75? Because you get 15% off plus free shipping if you use our code. So you got to elevate your grooming routine and experience the HF difference today. Even though it's Om Face, the H is silent. It's HF. Okay. Website is omface.com. All the socials are at Om Face, except for Facebook, which is Om Face for Men. So I want to talk about the hydrogel mask for just a quick second, guys. This is for revitalizing the skin. This is what gives you the healthy glow. Okay. This is what Byron's trying to do to catch up with me. Right.
It's how you caught up with me.
Yeah. It's a multi-action serum complex. It's formulated to hydrate, protect, strengthen the skin barrier while boosting collagen levels to combat the signs of aging. This is how the black don't crack, y'all. It's beard friendly too. It works around the beard. It still gets.
So they do this. Skin. Just that part. It's really cool. Having used it. It's a raccoon mask. This one is, and I'm sure you're going to go through all the technical stuff, but as a guy who will wash his face and then it feels dry, because of what happened in the day or just whatever, and it doesn't feel great. I've put this mask on. It feels cool. It feels awesome, and my face feels great afterwards. Like, it's pretty apparent that it does something good to you.
Look, Rebecca knows what's up. She says, if I use it and I look that good, she's sold. Tell your friends, Rebecca, to tell your friends.
Yeah.
You know, so that there's some homies, you know, in the area around you that look like, you know, that have the sheen. I can't wait to see what Tony does with this.
Yeah. This is also, it's a men's product, but it does work for women, because you might get instance where a wife or a girlfriend buys it for their significant other. And
you're saying you let your girl
using
steal
it
your
too.
stuff, bro? I would never. This stuff is mine. Me and my son fight over these bottles, bro.
No, I got my own. Don't worry, I got my own.
Yeah,
like,
I think I'm gonna have to keep mine on check, because as soon as stuff arrives, it's gonna be like, what is this?
All right, well, so here's what you can expect. These are the solutions. This is the solution for dehydration and moisture loss in your skin, clogged and enlarged pores, acne, dull, uneven skin, excess oil. That's one of the issues I get sometimes. Dry, flaky skin, also something I get sometimes. The rough skin, the weak skin barriers, you don't want that. Shaving irritations and redness and sun damage. So what it does is it delivers intense hydration, nourishes with antioxidants, smooths the skin, deeply cleans the pores, removes excess oil, soothes the skin after the shaving. They're using 6 vitamins, B3, 6, 7, 12, C, and E, to soothe sun-damaged skin and even out skin tone, with a 6-peptide complex to help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and strengthens the skin. Green tea leaf extract. Oh my God. Calms stressed skin, protects against harmful UV rays. Hydraulic acid hydrates and reduces dryness of the skin. Niacinamide, I said that correctly this time. Niacinamide perfects pores and relieves dull skin. All you got to do to use it, you clean, use the toner, you carefully open it, you unfold that bad boy, remove the clear film, apply it to your face, smooth out all the creases like you're putting on a vinyl wrap, baby. Apply the mask, soothe out all the creases and folds, leave it on for about 20 minutes while you're watching some wrestling, and then remove, gently pat it, and then look great. That's right, y'all. Face.
I'm looking forward to this, because I, despite my obvious appeal or reputation, I actually love using skincare products.
You've got the product.
Is he gonna cry?
No, I do really, really love moisturizing. I always have done. So, and using things like that to look after my skin. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, it's on the way. I don't know how long it's going to take to get there. I get mine Tuesday, and I still have one from my last pack, because I actually buy this stuff too. This is great, because now I might actually get 1 or 2 of these things for free, but we pay for this stuff. So it's awesome to have them on board as a sponsor. Got to move on to Pops and Drops of the week. We're talking wrestling, Magnus. We're talking some wrestling. We were talking some face. Now we're talking some wrestling. Pops and Drops. Byron, I'm going to pose this to you as a question, because I didn't make it a regular topic for the week. Is the Rascals your Pop of the week?
I don't know. I think the Rascals is a question, because on one hand, they fit the profile of what you would hire for AEW. I think right now, you know, you fill out the mid card, upper mid card with a bunch of people who could work. It's kind of like another.
Wait, hold on, Byron. No, don't shout out to the host. Shout out to you for being a new subscriber. We appreciate you, Ken, to stick around. Don't forget to go to homeface.com and use that code MMM15 to get yourself a 15% discount. Go ahead, Byron.
Yeah, we need to hustle some discount revenue for us so we can buy more skincare products.
I told you, I'm already paying for this stuff, so every bit of it I can get cheaper or free, I'm down.
Yeah. So the Rascals, I don't know. I mean, is that a whole like they're jumping to AEW thing? I think it's another like jet speed type act, which I don't think AEW needs another one, but maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a spot for them, and that's why they were hired for a spot that's ready to go.
Somebody to fight.
Exactly.
I guess they need someone new, but yeah, okay. But then there's also the AEW roster is pretty packed. Even with some people leaving here and there, it's pretty packed. And Tony just signed an entire stable at once.
Yeah,
it's a lot of acts to shoehorn into.
Well, yeah, it's like he let 3 people go last week and hired 5 this week because Andrade came back too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they could join the Don Carlos family too.
I mean, maybe.
That's probably how they had the solution for how we're going to get everyone on TV all the time.
Well, I mean, Doyle and Davis actually got some camera time tonight. I didn't think they would. I figured they were just going to stand in the back for weeks.
Who did?
Doyle and Davis.
Yeah, Duncan Doyle.
Yeah,
they're great. I wonder if
enjoyed
Brian Cage has a job anymore.
Good question.
But
look,
yeah,
Lance Hoyt got some camera time.
Yeah, he's great.
Wait, was Cage still there?
For like 2 seconds.
Cage had left.
I did not watch the whole thing, but I did see that.
Look, I can tell you almost for a fact that I'm sure Lance is backstage bitching right now, but also extremely happy because that dude loves his TV time. He loves to work. He's a good dude. And look, he's still employed. I mean, he had that run with Jake the Snake for a while, and it was like, oh, he's going to be a top guy, and that's nowhere to be found now. I don't know if he ever gets that shot again, because they could certainly elevate him with the big boys at any point in time. It's just TK doesn't really book meat that much.
Yeah.
Like he'll do a meat match every now and then, and that'll be it. He doesn't really put those guys at the top of the ladder.
That's wild.
You better do something soon with Powerhouse Hobbs, because
yeah. But Hobbs still feels a ways off from the big belt.
Oh no, but there's a certain other company that are very much interested in him.
I think everyone should be interested in him.
I
hate when that happens because
not talk about contract status. I like that anymore.
I hate when stuff like that comes out too, because yes, everybody dies. My Lance Archer theme. It sucks when information comes out like that, because I can tell you that probably hurt him with TK backstage. It probably made some people at AEW look sideways at him, even if WWE planted that or put it out. And from what I heard, and this isn't like any breaking news or anything, but from what I heard, like his name just came up in a writer's meeting and some people were like, oh yeah, that dude would be great. And then somehow it got out of the writer's room. And then people, said something backstage, and then it got out for real, which just sucks for Hobbs, because it's like they're not actually interested in doing anything with him right now. They don't even know what his contract status is over there. And like now he's on blast with his whole company looking like some kind of traitor when he had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. He hasn't had a conversation. He might have had a conversation, but he it's not like he's done an interview and said, oh, well, WWE. It's literally someone somewhere else has gone, no, he'd be all right. And then
but if
somehow he's going to get the worst of it. He's going to get the brunt of it. He's going to get it.
But if you're TK and you have been poached before a couple of times, and you've got this other company that plops pay-per-views on the same day as your pay-per-views and does stuff like that, like you hear something like this and the dude's probably getting a little paranoid about it. And that probably doesn't help Hobbs. I mean, then it's like, you got some splaining to do. Like, I don't know.
Again, in this instance, isn't this kind of like, what would be great if we have Superman fight Goku? I mean, that's just
right.
That's just how this works. So, and I know what you're saying about TK not feeling it, but it really isn't on them unless you have a quote of the wrestler saying, you know what, I would love to go to such and such, New Japan, whatever, WWE, then that should be a thing. But these are just speculation. I can come out and say anything right now.
Well, I mean, have you seen Anna Jay on TV since they started rumoring her over to WWE?
I know, yeah, that's a direct, it happened directly. So, but that's my point exactly, like that. But then you create that possibility, because now she's off TV, then, I'm not happy. How much what's going on in the other place? What's going on in whatever?
I just dislike it because it creates such a no-win situation for talent in certain ways. It's like nobody can ever get to the end of their contract without pissing people off. And what the funny thing is? The guy who actually did it was Andrade. And he did jump. But like TK wasn't even mad at him when he left that first time. And like he was on TV up until like a week and a half before he jumped to the other company.
He was winning on pay-per-views.
Yeah.
That was
mean,
wild.
ACK was still trying to negotiate with him, and it was all friendly, and Andrade was still listening and hearing both sides and this, that, and the other thing. And then the day comes around, and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to go back to the other place because, his girl at the time was still over there, and there was some, and the package was decent, and, he's trying to get into a Hall of Fame or whatever, and then it went sideways, and he comes back because they're not mad at him. But, no one else does that. No one else.
Well,
Jet Master? How you feeling?
Yeah,
How you feeling?
He can debut 3 times in the same company, so who cares?
I know.
But
I'm just saying,
but
I really hate
a lot of prior instances, I think they ended up being personal. A lot of people leaving ended up being personal contract stuff, like the Lucha Brothers.
It wasn't personal when Penta left.
Well, for TK,
all the dirt sheets made that more personal than it was. Like, if you talk to the people, Penta just was literally, he was super chill about it. He was super respectful the entire time. Like, Phoenix may have stepped out of line a little bit towards the end after Penta already left and they held him to some injury time and all that shit. But Penta was super chill about it the whole time. He was just like, man, I just, I want to see the options. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to here. Like, we have good business here. What's the storyline going to be if I stay over here? What's the money look like? It was just pure business.
You should be able to have an open. I mean, I don't know. This is supposed to be a free market, right? So, I'm assuming you should be able to put your services at the highest bidder, or at least to the best of your, decision or whatever you want to do with your career. So I don't see this. I don't see why this should create any kind of problems like that. I think it's dumb. But also, I think it's dumb that people speculate for no reason about where they might be while they're still not the contract, and we don't know the details of people's contracts. Like, really, we don't.
And let's be honest. Like, most jumps are not going to be old WCW style. They're not going to be Medusa throwing down the belt kind of stuff anymore. Like, the way these contracts work and the no competes and the information that gets out there, like, there's not going to be some big surprise. I mean, like, with 2 people in a writer's room mention Hobbs' name and all of a sudden it's out publicly. It's like there's not a whole lot of secrets out there, and there's not going to be a whole lot of big surprise jumps.
In reality, which one was the last time we had something like that?
Cody.
Well, no.
Let's see him coming back.
No, we had a hype about Cody. No, you know what? I'm thinking Adam Cole. Actually, I think that's more. What was the name of this other guy that's there? I forget their names.
Adam Cole was big. I mean, look, when CM Punk went back to WWE, it was a surprise. But the surprise wasn't because he left. We all knew he left AEW. The surprise was like, will they take him back at WWE? That's the only reason that was a surprise.
He's a champion.
Yeah, Jep. Like that, Punk was really the true last shock because people
probably
everyone was speculating, but like it actually happening, it did feel like a hell of a moment.
Where they actually were like, "Oh no, pay-per-view's over," and it was like, "Oh, okay," and then bang.
Yeah,
they was delivered amazingly.
But anyway, that was a
Roddy Strong.
I guess that was a random thought of the day. But
Roddy Strong was a surprise.
Let's do some pops and drops, y'all. Who got a pop for me?
I got a pop, and it hasn't happened yet, but it will during this weekend. So I'm just looking forward to AAA being on Fox, being on an open channel, and being on a weekly basis. So I think that's what was that? Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to AAA being accessible to having Lucha Libre accessible on a TV channel and an app that I can just open and I'll be able to watch. And I think their card is pretty interesting. I mean, they're gonna have. I don't know if this is the main event, but I think they're going to have El Grande Americano, my favorite order at Starbucks, versus Hijo del Vikingo. So
I think that match was announced.
And then they're going to have Niño Burguesa, La Parca, Mr. Iguana versus Abismo Negro, Taurus, not Mortus, Taurus, and
New Taurus.
Syria.
Oh wow!
And they're going to have the women's championship, AAA Reina de Reinas, Flammer versus Fabi Apache. Which I mean, Yeah,
that's gonna be a bruiser.
That's gonna be like somebody. Yeah, like I'm gonna be looking at my girlfriend and be like, "Food was great today, baby. Let me tell you." So,
Walking around the house just with a little bit of a drop
I'm
shoulder.
just gonna clean this around here because getting some ideas.
I think, look, I said this back in the day when we first started this show, that one of the reasons Lucha Underground was so successful was because of the difficulty accessing Lucha Libre. Like, if you weren't like following Cubs fans, Lucha Blog's like secret YouTube pages where he was posting stuff or whatever, it was really hard to access. There was never translations or subtitles. It was easy. Like, we had New Japan World stuff coming through. We had European stuff coming through. Like, we were pretty much able as Americans to get almost every other form of wrestling, but there was this drought. And like, yeah, I lived in LA at the time, so I could see some AAA on some of the Spanish stations or whatever. And, you know, I kept up with a little bit of stuff, and, you know, I knew who some of the guys were. Like, I knew who Pentagon was. I loved Drago. But it was only AAA. It was never CMLL. I didn't know jack about CMLL. I couldn't see any of that crap, you know. Lucha Underground was absolutely aggressively different.
Yeah.
That is a good way to put it. And Jeff, if you don't know, like, me and Byron spent a lot of time sitting in the temple. I think I was present
Outside as
for
well.
over 64 episodes, 65 episodes or something. Byron's probably right up around there too.
Yeah.
I don't know,
didn't
because
really do
I
as
saw the
much at
whole
the end,
last
but-
season. That was like 30 episodes alone, right?
It is also for me
The
because
last
I
one was
think
a lot, yeah.
I think this is gonna be on Saturdays, right? So
Nice.
it's gonna be Saturday night. So it does bring for me that when I was a kid in Mexico, I did watch like Lucha AAA on TV, and I know that the product has gotten a lot WWE now, but it is gonna be fun. I mean, it is gonna be accessible. It's gonna be easy to watch, and I really enjoy the product. I mean, I enjoy CMLL as much. I just wish again, and I hope I don't get tortured later on. But I hope they become as accessible as AAA is doing it. It's just being on and I mean they're gonna be like in 3 different platforms that you can get. So I'm pretty sure anybody can throw on a VPN and watch any of those, right? So it's gonna be super easy. It's gonna be, and I like that. I like that. I think I'm looking forward to this. I don't watch Smackdown because it's on a Friday night, but I can skip going out on a Saturday. Because if I went out on Friday, I'm gonna be pretty much tired because I am 42. Anyways, so I'm looking forward to this. I hope. I mean, I'm looking forward to the graphics and the music. I think it's gonna be good.
I think it's going to be really good for CMLL in the sense of maybe not a TV thing, but hopefully a TV thing somewhere. But their main sell is tourism. So if you have seen Lucha Libre now on Fox on TV in America or anywhere like that now, and you go down to Mexico City, you can see CMLL every day of the week. And you can experience all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah, to your point, I think this is very important. I mean, even Bad Bunny, who is a WWE wrestler, part-time or whatever, went to Arena Mexico just to experience it.
Because it's great.
Because it is great. I just want to see. I just don't want to have to take a plane for 2 hours every Friday to see it.
Right.
That's my point.
And when you do show up, you want to like know who the talent is and what the storylines are and what's going on.
And I wanna follow a story. Oh, so this guy and this guy been going at it for a while, and I think it's time for CML to try to keep up with AAA, and it's gonna be great for all Lucha Libre fans if we get this. It doesn't have to be on a major Fox network kind of thing. It just has to be accessible at least once a week.
And
You
like
can
some of
put
the
all the
talent now
others
in
behind
CMLL.
a paywall, but one of them has to be accessible. I'm saying.
Because CMLL has been like almost like a training program. Not to be horrible to it, but it's almost been, I don't want to say the lower leagues, but it's always kind of, if anybody wants to get on TV, they've always had to kind of leave to go to AAA. Or like, try and go to the States.
Or they
So
go
at
to
least,
New Japan or, DDT.
if they start doing storylines and stuff, really
you're
full time.
flying halfway around the world just to get on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys did that, and it worked for them. And then they came back and they were bigger stars and made a bunch of money at home. But yeah, I don't.
And
disagree.
this is 2026. I can set up a stream in my house right now. We're streaming.
And it's like with the revenue models too.
I'll
like
set up the stream for you.
The CMLL could do a deal with Title Match Network and probably make more money than they're making streaming right now. Like, there's already built-in places where they could just plop their content and make a fortune. Yeah, but I don't know. Anybody else got a pop of the week? What do you talk to me about some pops? Byron's thinking.
The main event on Dynamite was going to be my pop. Maki Ito's in Stardom. Everyone, including me, was wrong.
Stardom. Fuck you.
She's in Stardom, and it's going well. I wouldn't think that she would fit there, but they do more than just. They're more than just a work rate Joshi company, and it's turning out really well so far. Just my favorite moment from the whole thing was her first match. She was with Sayori Anu, and who is a very stoic personality. And so you have Maki singing it to the ring and everything, and then it pans over to Sayori, who's just like side-eyeing her like she doesn't know what she's looking at. It was really funny, but that was great. Let's see. Saya Kamitani had a great match, by the way, for the red belt.
You get one.
Saya Sama still the number one person in Stardom, even though Justin was worried because she lost to Shuri. But Maki back on regular wrestling in Japan is my pop. I think that's cool, and I think moving forward, one of my favorite.
She make more money than all the indies she did last year, or you think?
I think she'll still do those. I don't know though. I don't know. The thing is, and this point was made by one of my favorite YouTube creators, whatever, for wrestling. His name is Meerkat Ultra, and I watch his videos all the time. He follows this scene a lot, and knows a lot. And his main point about Maki and Stardom is, moving forward, everything that we see her do will be a unique and new experience. So that's my pop.
Okay, I'll co-sign that. Me, if you got one, or do you still hate all wrestling?
Yeah.
Which? Yes to which?
Awesome. Yeah.
I think we know.
I'll tell you my pop of the week. My pop of the week is they got rid of the tunnels. It should have been my pop last week, but I'm gonna make it my pop this week because even
maybe
with
you're just making sure
theater set up and on the stage and everything. Shout out to AEW backstage production and the guys and the riggers and all the guys who put things together. That's a soft R.
That was
riggers, the guys who put up the stuff at the screens and stuff.
Right.
They came up with so much great stuff in 2024. Yeah. And then they just went back to the freaking tunnels in 2025. I hated it. I'm a big fan of like the big setups, and kudos to WWE bringing back some of their extra pyro. Like, I want the pyro. I want the stage setups, whatever. The tunnels stink. I don't care about I can't tell who's a heel or a face in AEW anyway. And the heel face tunnel is stupid. Give me the big screen. Give me the cool entrances. Give me Julia's old entrance again. Give me House of Black's entrance again. Give me Thunder Rosa's entrance again. Give me those cool entrances with those big screens with the backdrop looking the right way without the stupid tunnel behind the people. And I'm stoked about that. So that is my pop of the week. Bye-bye tunnels. Welcome back to big screens. Dig it.
The tunnels look so cheap.
Yeah,
like I get like if you're doing a thing, but they look so cheap. Like they're cardboard
and also,
cutouts.
Wasn't that kind of like a narratively almost did not pronounce that right. Narratively cheap or lazy to. Oh, where are the bad guys from this side? I don't know. Let me find that. I don't know.
I mean, look, it was one of the only ways you could keep them apart and figure them out in AEW at times. Like,
I think it's a little. It might be. I don't know if they used to do this, but it feels like a little old school thing, where you're kind of kayfabing that the bad guys and good guys are separated backstage. Like I get that, but
yeah,
I like
turn on being the elite and they're all clowning and doing stuff to whatever.
Yeah,
sorry.
And they're all on each other's streams.
Maybe that's just me. All right. Drops of the week. What's the bad stuff, guys? Give it to me.
Oh God. I actually had one, but I completely forgot it because there's just so much.
Because there's too much crap out there.
Mm.
Byron's thinking. Do I have to go first?
I don't know.
I
go first.
Oh,
I'll go.
I don't want to step on your thing.
My little one is the fact that it must be really easy to make good matches in AEW and good TV product to a degree. Obviously, missing storylines, etc. But because the WWE is so bad at it right now, everything is absolutely bollocks there.
It's a little wonky over in WWE land, isn't it?
Jesus Christ, Raw the other week was absolutely horrendous.
Speaking of, because I was just thinking, well, March is almost here, so they should kind of get their act together at some point before WrestleMania, right? And then, the road to WrestleMania starts at the Rumble, and I saw a photo of the arena that they're building for the Rumble.
That's not done yet.
There's no walls or roof. There's barely seats.
And it's like 2 weeks away, right?
Yeah, but they have plenty of slave labor over there, which is also why the WWE network is only $9.99.
Byron,
what?
If you liked soccer, football, you would understand that how badly when they did. Was it in Abu Dhabi or was it Saudi World Cup? It was Abu Dhabi, wasn't it? I forgot now. I feel bad, but basically they had this issue. They were like, these massive stadiums, and they had years to make them, and they just couldn't because the size of the project and all the stuff that goes into stadiums. It's not like easy. If China had it, China could build it in a day.
Yeah,
because they're amazing. Their workforce is absolutely crazy. The stuff they do in speed, but yeah, no, I mean, Jesus Christ, it does look like a health hazard. But they still went ahead with the World Cup.
Yeah,
we'll see. They might be sitting on fold-up bleachers.
Yeah, Italy.
There's going to be someone going there, isn't there? Who's paid like £1 million, and they're going to be sat in a bucket in a hole in the ground.
Hey, look, man, Firefest 3 or whatever.
I just thought of that. As soon as I was like, Firefest.
They're Firefesting Royal Rumble. Amazing.
Just 300 people have disappeared in the desert because they thought they were going somewhere.
Somehow it'll magically happen.
Talking about World Cup, we were promised a 2 new lines of subway here.
So
it's not happening. So
I see that Mexico messed up.
On time. Well, not Mexico, but like on.
No, the tickets for the game, was it a friendly? Mexico versus Portugal?
Oh, Portugal, yes.
And they've only 6,000 of the 80-odd thousand tickets went to sale to the general public of Mexico. The rest have all gone to executives.
Yeah, that's happening to all the.
So it's like Chicago Bears tickets.
Yeah,
that's like the Ultimo Lucha tapings for Lucha Underground. When all of a sudden there's people in the seats complaining about others standing up and cheering too much.
Right.
Yeah.
And the others who have been there every week.
Slightly different, Byron. Slightly different.
Byron's a little bitter.
Because basically Mexico fans now are they hate their team. This is something you have to understand. They're like me, football fan. But the Mexico fans are now apparently going to boo their team through the entirety of a home World Cup.
Yes.
Over this.
Amazing.
That is probably a goal in
because they already hate they already hate their team.
That's amazing. Yeah, just boo the home team.
Also,
Byron,
who
did
said
you come up with your with a drop?
My drop was the alleged.
Oh, that's right. So it's Tony. We're on
Rumble
Tony.
Arena.
Oh God, really? I'm gonna be honest. I was dying most of this week, so I did not. I don't get a drop because I'm alive, so
Yes.
that's good.
That's fine.
The only thing I gotta say is I know you guys have not kept up with your Spanish, but it seems like you are going to be leaving over here pretty soon if things keeps going this way. So I will brush up on that really quickly. Think about
As for Dodd.
it. No, I don't have a drop.
True.
I think wrestling was good. I did not watch Raw. I did not watch NXT. I watched a couple of good matches on Dynamite, and Drew McIntyre is champion. So why should we complain that much?
Did you guys see Blake Monroe's
slower week than last week? That's for sure.
Did you guys see Blake Monroe's
Brian?
promo
I did.
on NXT? Did you say you saw like highlights of NXT?
I watched all
Tony?
of NXT. Oh, Tony. I don't know if
What?
you did or not.
Did
I'll tell you my
I-
drop of the week, though, Byron, and we can
Okay.
talk about some NXT because my drop of the week this week
Yeah.
is Kalani Jordan. I just like you can't put her in there with Valerie Laredo, like a real MMA fighter who is now a professional wrestler who's pretty damn good. And Kalani soft sells all the time. I used to have this issue with Sol Ruka too, but like I just like the believability factor for me with Kalani Jordan is not there. The athleticism is great, but like it just it just doesn't work for me. I don't know what they do to fix it with her because
Is she doing that thing of just making sure she hits her spots? Is she in her head? Yeah,
100%. She's just.
I didn't even
hitting
watch it,
the
and I know
spots,
exactly what you're going
lariats. She never brings the arm through with the lariats, the punches and shot, and Laredo lit her up. Lola Vice lit her up a couple times on purpose. I think to snap her out of it. Like, give me something, girl. Like, what are we doing out here? And then she got a little bit back, but it's like seeing the MMA fighter now being the general in the ring and leading a match when like a year ago you were not seeing that from Lola.
The problem is
like her time in Mexico already is paying dividends. I think that the way she looked in that match was amazing, but I think it exposed Kalani even more. And Kalani has, what is that real?
No way.
Oh my God.
like Santos ago.
Brent is saying that Fightful just posted that Hobbs is a free agent at midnight. Wow. Look it up.
He's a champion. He's booked. He's booked for a match.
So
I hope
the thing I was going to say was
Zap got
we gotta
that
talk
one
to
wrong.
Okada thing too at some point.
Oh, now it's everywhere, by the way.
It's gone viral, huh?
Yeah. Oh God.
Brent with the breaking
on the
news.
Kalani thing, like this is where I listened to it because I obviously work nights and I basically have lots of podcasts on and stuff like that, and the No Contest podcast comes on from time to time, and she was interviewed on there, and the amount of wrestlers I hear nowadays, and none of them are really fans. Or like they're like, oh yeah, my brothers watched it, or my friend watched it, and which is just I didn't watch it. It was on somewhere in the house. Gives me plausible. I might have watched it as a child kind of thing, and then like they don't have a clue about certain things. I don't want not to be thing on that one, but there's people who are now involved in the sport who are only here because it's a good way to make money after they failed at their own career or their own career hasn't gone somewhere.
Recruited gymnasts, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I get that because obviously Olympics, especially over here anyway, it's not a money-making career. Right. Generally, the people who do it are historically wealthy anyway. The family have money to be able to put you through the Olympic. Let's go to the skiing resort. If you don't go to the ski resort, you'll never get anywhere near the team kind of stuff.
Right. It's all money.
But like, yeah, so like, there's a lot of people who. I know America's different because you guys actually look after your. You'll help out with scholarships and stuff, so that does help long term. So you do actually invest in sports. Don't invest in education, but invest in sports.
Yes.
But like that idea that the performance center is now full of highly trained athletes, but they don't understand. That's the problem, and then they're wondering why their product is not great, and the people on there are making mistakes in the ring and not knowing when to kick out, or certain spots are not selling because they're not selling things a big thing.
Hey,
and
that
they're
one that
wondering
didn't
why.
kick out, she came from England, Japan, and AEW first. So,
yeah, but how long was she in the game?
I mean, Blake Monroe.
Yeah.
How long has Blake
She
Monroe
knows
been
what's
around?
up
7,
now.
8 years.
Yeah, but again, but what I mean is what's her background? I don't know her background at all, but her background is she like
She wanted to be a wrestler, so she went and became a wrestler during the pandemic in Japan.
Okay. But I'm just saying, there's a whole generation now of wrestlers, performers,
I don't
in
disagree.
the WWE. I'll say WWE because AEW tends to be more where the wrestlers wrestle, and basically you've got guys now and girls who are just.
Well, it used
They
to be
know it's a good
more...
way to get on TV and make money and have that lifestyle that they're after, which is, hardworking people doing something that they want, like, to further themselves is just something, and you have to have drive for it and all that other stuff. But you have to understand wrestling. It's like going, oh, the old piece of shit who go in Hollywood, but like you need to understand how to make a film.
Yeah, and the gatekeeper system in wrestling really, really has drastically changed. It used to be kind of a good old boys club, and you had to go through certain promoters and certain top guys in your local region or whatever first. And, as wrong as some of that stuff was, it was also a vetting system to make sure that people who were there wanted it. There was no handouts. There was no blue chippers. There was no, you're going to be the next top guy or whatever. Like, you had to get along. You had to get in the business. You had to deal with the carny stuff. You had to get hazed. You were getting ribbed in the locker room. You were riding in cars with people. You were carrying bags or whatever it was. But like, that's not the process now. The Performance Center has changed that, and actually it started with WCW doing their whatever powerhouse thing or whatever that place was called. And bringing people in that they felt could be good wrestlers and not people who were desperate to be wrestlers who would prove themselves as wrestlers. Once the brass starts saying, hey, we want these guys, but also, I mean, like, that's all the other real sports. You're some 250-pound guy who's a little bit out of shape in high school walking the halls, and the football coach or the gym teacher comes up to you and you're like, dude, you're an offensive tackle. Like, you get brought in, you don't know anything about it, and
but it's just that thing. Like, there's also the thing that I think a lot of people misunderstand about wrestling is it's not just an athletic, and it's not just an acting. It's the mixture of both, and I think that's where the lost. Everybody's getting lost in that. They're just going, oh yeah, if we like WWE is just going to hire super athletic, pretty people. And they're not going to understand wrestling, and they're going to wonder why.
Great on the mic. I love Kalani on the mic. I like her promos. Like, the setup for that match this week worked for me.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to single her out.
Throw some soft ass lariat and some lazy kick, and then some exaggerated sell where she's just like, oh, like, and I was just like, what are we doing? And then Val clocked her real good a few times in the ribs, closed fist, like. 60-70% punches, clearly not full throttle, but Lola Vice hit her. Yeah, like, come on, girl, we're doing this. And we'll see. Like, I think Soul figured it out, how to make her acrobatic stuff look a little more aggressive, how to posture herself to look a little more tough and badass. And I'm still waiting for that. I'm waiting for that moment to click with Kalani. Who said there was something else that we needed to talk about? That was you,
Okada.
Oh, Okada.
There was that Kevin Kelly show, podcast, whatever, but he discussed Kevin Kelly's been in the news for a lot of stuff, and let's disregard all of that. He was a legitimate part of New Japan, a very strong part of the broadcast for a long time. And he gave some information from his perspective that shone a lot of light on the whole Okada and New Japan struggles.
I mean, it was basically he had issues with the brass a lot in general. That
Okada did.
Office guys were kind of pushing their agenda, and again, like we were just talking about with some of the new people coming in, some of the brass just really wasn't getting the program or what he was, and the lack of respect is kind of what sent him away, according to Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, like he was getting paid enough. So like Okada would not have been one of the talents poached by the American dollar. And how different would things be? Or how different would things be if he was poached, but he didn't have a sour taste regarding New Japan's the executives, and he left and put people over on his way out because he did not help the company at all before he left.
Right.
And it became pretty apparent that he was
I mean,
doing
we
that
were
on
sending
purpose.
Kenny and the Bucks back to help out in his absence at that point in time.
Yeah. So, but yeah, apparently Harold Mage, I think is how you pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
He was one of the
He's
first
that
ones
British
who
guy that came in, right?
The British guy came in and just meddled too much. Just, I guess your typical typical boss who
I liked a lot of what he did, though. It was a little bit of the Vince Russo and WCW thing of like, it was his job to come in and take a different look. Okada was not a different look at that time. I mean, Okada was the look, but Mage came in and he shook it up a little bit, and it was a slicker show for a while, and there was a little more storyline, and some stuff felt good, especially in the mid card. Like what he did with the mid card was good. What he did with Okada, however, maybe not as good.
Yeah, but I think though, I think beyond that, because there's a lot of creative, but also like there's differences in audiences. Like over here, maybe we don't like what House of Torture does because we tune in to New Japan to watch wrestling shows that don't have all that schmoz and interference and stuff. But then in Japan, House of Torture, they're huge. They move a lot of merch. But I think it was more to do with how he treated his top stars. And Okada was just annoyed and felt disrespected by this guy nonstop. And so that's why he left. And that's why, and Ibushi had his own issue. But I mean, I could go back and read you exactly what happened, the story about Ibushi. We still wouldn't exactly know whatever is really going on with him. But it's just, I don't know. It was just shocking to me to think, oh, what if they didn't lose all their stars? Like Okada barely came back to do the Tanahashi match.
Right.
Barely.
But he did.
But Tanahashi being the president now and moving forward as more of, or as an executive rather than hybrid executive and talent, that should hopefully improve things foundationally for the company, which we'll hopefully see elsewhere in the company.
I think foundationally things have improved. Here's their issue, though. The budget has decreased.
Yeah.
The exposure has decreased a little bit, and they need more names. They're going to have to try to do something with this Aaron Wolf guy. They've got to try to elevate Tsuji and maybe some other guys that are there, and they got to make what they have work, but they've also got to make some new stars. Like, we'll see what they can do. There's guys there, but they need time now. And this year is a rebuilding season. I mean, they're the Cleveland Browns for a year.
Oh, no one wants to be that.
I mean,
it's
true though.
It's
like that's what they're trying to do.
They seem to have some momentum. Also, now there's competition for most adorable wrestling couple between Takeshita and Yuka.
Yuka, yeah.
Which is just absolutely amazing. And she's bringing him in to work one of her things.
Pretty adorable.
But now there's another one Shingo Takagi and Poi, Natsupoi, Chick got married. And you see them do the video together where they explain everything. And she's like very bubbly and light and all that stuff. But then you see Shingo like that too. You see how they smile and laugh with each other while they're trying to get through doing a video and doing bloopers. It's so that came out of nowhere. But that, yeah.
So is Stardom still in the partnership with New Japan then? Because they finally had female wrestling, didn't they? The other year.
No, they do a Stardom match on some of their bigger shows. But normally it's been like a showcase.
And in Strong, they have women, but that's a different thing.
Yeah. Well, they don't have strong.
Right.
They don't have a strong show anymore.
Right. So
that's AEW Dynamite. That's
correct.
what else
on that the thing that is happening in Japan, I think, that restructuring you guys are talking about, because I think that's what it goes to. I think that's just a directive from their government, because even Toyota and Honda, they starting to like share supply chains because they're trying to be more efficient, mostly because their economy is kind of like going to hell, and because they don't have enough population either.
I was going to say, if you're single, quit in there, lads, because they're paying you to go there and marry someone.
Yeah, well, they're having a very, very large population slowdown because they're not romantically involved with each other anymore.
South Korea.
Did you see the thing on? Have you seen the things about that? So it's like the tech thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we had, everybody went into tech, and basically from there, you've then got people who are still in jobs in the 70s. So they've got this whole lost generation of people who are in their like 40s to 50s.
Yep.
Who basically have lived at home with their mum and dad and never gone out and dated or had a job to a degree.
Correct.
Or like been able to get, because the job market is just stagnant, which is crazy to think like that. But it's really interesting
when they
to
were more
watch.
of an industrial nation, they were doing better, and now once they went into being a tech nation, it kind of screwed them over.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be interesting to watch. So things to watch. Let's see where Bandito lands in a month or two. I'm keeping my eyes on Bandito.
Is he going to WWE too?
What's that?
Is he also? Is his contract also up tonight? I mean,
Jesus Christ!
No, we're not talking about that. But I'm shook because if it's confirmed and it's happening, Hobbs got booked for a match on tonight's show.
Well, which is great. That's great, because that's what I'm talking about. That's the way it should be. Like, let people work, let them work out their contracts, and if he jumps, he jumps.
No, tonight he was booked,
right? But all they're saying
down
is
the road.
that his contract is up. So maybe he is waiting for it to be up. Maybe he's in good faith negotiations with Tony and his people.
Okay,
that are going well.
Contract is up at midnight tomorrow, so so it's still plenty of 24
the other thing as well is,
and it's just because a free agent. Does that mean
and he's probably got an agent that is leaking some of this stuff? I bet Hobbs has somebody that's behind some of this stuff. He's either trying to get a bigger offer from TK, or he really does want to go to WWE. But all of those leaks and that stuff coming out, it's a little suspicious, the timing. It might be WWE tampering, but it doesn't seem like that would really help WWE, because that's going to drive the price up from Tony. Or knowing with Tony, maybe Tony Khan is like, well, fuck you, then get out. You never know.
Wouldn't this be a good thing for Tony to use?
With the Lucha Brothers.
Wouldn't this be a good thing for Tony to use creatively and just go, Hobbs' contract's out, and then I'll just leave it silent, and then all of a sudden Hobbs is back.
That worked so well when they tried to do it with MJF.
Yeah.
The bidding war of 2024, that didn't really pan out. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. Like the Hobbs thing, I think is very interesting. I think Drew McIntyre's champion is a big TBD. I'm actually gonna watch SmackDown this week and see what's happening there. And we'll see. We'll see where some of these things go, and we'll see if Kalani Jordan learns how to throw a punch. So thanks to our sponsor, OMFace. That's HOMMEFACE.com. OMFace. It's French, guys. Yeah. The H is silent.
Use our code MMM15, 15% off. Go to the website, buy all of their stuff, specifically the face mask that we advertised. Send us a picture of you wearing it.
Oh yeah.
And what do they get if you send a picture of them wearing it?
We'll put it
No,
on our
I just
socials
want to
and
see pictures of
exposure
people
to
wearing
them.
the mask.
Byron's just a perv. He just wants the pictures, guys. So send
don't have to put
Byron
labels on
pictures
it.
and directly DM him at Byron Fever. So until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.